Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, The Andersons. I'm Nat. If you're first time watching or one of our videos, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. And for regular subscribers, thank you guys for subscribing and sticking with us. So in this video, I want to tell you about how I got my 4 jobs here being in Canada. So my first job was being a housekeeper. So I arrived in Canada on a Monday, and I was determined that I was going to work. I wasn't deciding. I know that from initial stage I wasn't here for vacation or to sit down and wait and relax. I decided that I'm gonna hit the ground running. So I arrived on a Monday, and by Thursday I got a job. So how I got my first job, I was determined that I wanted a job. So I printed some resumes and started to walk in the area that I was staying or the area that I was living in. I decided to print about 10 resumes and just walk from from organization to organization. It doesn't matter where. I was just knocking out on doors. So fortunate for me, I knocked on a few. I dropped my resume. They said they will call if they need anyone. But then I went into an hotel and I spoke to the lady right there and then. And luckily she was the general manager for the hotel. And right there on the spot, she said, okay, come into my office. Let me interview you. And right there, I said myself, get me, I have no idea about being a housekeeper or anything like that. So I said myself, and she hired me on the spot, and I started the Monday. I was offered the job that Thursday, and I started the Monday. So working in that job for a few months, the salary wasn't bad. It was okay. It was a starter. So I wasn't getting enough hours, and for those who know, housekeeping is dependent on the amount of guests that the hotel gets and the amount of work that is there. So you get your shift is either long or short, depending. So I was only getting a lot of short shifts. So I'm like, okay, I need another job because this cannot sustain me and my family. So I decided to go hunting again. But lucky for me again, I met some Jamaicans, and one of them had a friend that is a manager at another hotel, and she took my resume and she dropped it off, give her a friend, and I got a call to come in for an interview. And because she was a Jamaican, so I think that's the reason she even helped me out as well. So that was good. She offered me a job there, and I was working 2 jobs. It wasn't easy. Trust me, it wasn't. But that's how it was for a period of time. Working, salary wasn't bad either. It was okay. When I calculated my both salaries, I was working a lot of money converted into Jamaican currency. But here, it was okay. It wasn't like a lot, but it was okay. So I worked it for a few months, both jobs for a few months. The first hotel job wasn't cutting it for me, and I was a little uncomfortable there. Tell you the truth, I was a little uncomfortable there at the first job. So I decided that I needed something else, something that had longer hours, one that more benefits. So I go hunting again. So this time I went on Indeed and sent out my resumes, and it took a while before I got a response. So one day I was at work and I got a call saying that, okay, can you come into an interview at the casino? If you guys have watched my previous video, I showed you the last video that I did as a cleaner. So yes, that was the job. I went in, just get all dressed up for that interview. I went in, spoke to the lady. She asked me where I'm from, because it's like when I tell persons that I'm Jamaican, that's the first thing. They start to tell you about their visits to Jamaica or they want to visit Jamaica. So it's like a familiar ground, and I think they look at you and say, okay, let me give you this job. I don't know, maybe. But I got that job while still working at the second hotel job, right? So I was juggling both jobs, and the casino one was 8 hours. It's from 9 o'clock to 2, sorry. And then the other one was like 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the night. So it was hectic. It was like that. But it was worth it. And then you have Corona. Yes. Unfortunate for me, I was laid off in both jobs in the same week. So that took a toll. Back to the cleaning job at the casino. So I was there and I was like, okay, I've spent 1 year in this job, so it's time to move on. So again, I don't know. I just, for me, when I determine that I need to get a job, I will go out and get it. So I was like, okay, time to get a different job. And I don't want a cleaning job. So I went, same thing again, print some resumes and go out again. And I was just dropping it off. Some persons were saying, okay, we're not hiring now. Some were saying, okay, go online, go on Indeed, send us an email or whatever. But I was still, even they said that, I was still going around and dropping it off. So I went around and dropped it off, another one. And when I dropped it off, it was a retail company. I dropped it off, and it is one of the biggest retail, number one retail company in Canada. I dropped it off, and like for instance, 10 o'clock in the morning, I think I dropped it off, and by 1 o'clock, the HR lady was calling me and asking me if I want to do an interview on the Friday. I said, okay, I'm available. So I got dressed up again, and I went. Sat in the chair and started to sell myself. I've never worked in retail. I have nothing about retail, no experience in retail or anything. And yeah, I was offered a job. But at first she told me that she wanted to hire me as a cleaner because that is what she saw on my resume. That's the thing with Canadian employers. They look at your experience in Canada or your education in Canada. That's one of the top things that they look at. So because my experience was in Canada has been to that day, it was housekeeper to cleaner. That's the reason why she called me so quick to come and do a cleaning job. But right there and then I told her no cleaning, nothing at all. And I'm willing to learn, willing to do everything. So currently I'm a warehouse clerk within the logistic department of the retail company. So that's my 4 jobs breakdown. That is how I got my jobs. And I'm looking to go in this company, but if other opportunities come my way, I'm definitely going to grab onto it. The thing about it, Canadian employees look at your education. If you go to school here and have a certificate or something from this country, you're quick to get a job. If you worked here in Canada, you're quick to get a job. That's what they look at. So your previous education and work experience back from wherever country you're coming from, it can help. Not saying it won't, but those are the first thing that they look at. So I'm at the end of my video. If you want to hear any more stories about me living in Canada or the Andersons in Canada, please drop us a comment. Like, share, comment on each video if you like it. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video.